We take most things for granted. We think they'll always be there, but things can and will change. We think we have time, but we are actually running out of it. I've been at this location for a couple of weeks now. I explored the surroundings, but I have so much left to see. I thought I had time, but there's never enough time. So today is my last day here, my last chance to explore the spots I have left. Something clicks when you realize that your situation is about to change, when your time is up. You appreciate it more, you want more of it. Being my last day, I feel I have to go somewhere. The weather is supposed to be pretty awful. There are warnings for flooding, and it looks like almost 3 inches of rain are expected. I wanted to visit a lake in the mountains, and now I wonder if that's still a good idea. I pack all my gear, a lot of lenses, heavy stuff. I reconsider my life choices every time I grab this backpack. I guess it's okay, it's not like I'm going to be doing a lot of walking out there anyway today. Still wondering about going out there with this weather though, but I won't have a tomorrow here. If things get ugly, I'll just come back, and we just got winter tires, so I should be fine.
Head east.
Things can change, things will change, things change all the time, but it usually happens so slowly that we don't notice it. Whether we realize or not, nothing stays the same for long. We change, the landscapes change. All this rain reminds me that the lands of this country have been shaped by water over the eons. Just 2.5 million years ago, there were no fjords in Norway, and look at it now. What would it look like in another 2.5 million years? Not going to be the first time that this camera gets wet today. But sometimes change happens faster than that, much faster. All of us have it. Wildfires have destroyed places I wanted to photograph. One day I think I have all the time to go there. The next day, those places are gone. or at least changed forever. We are running out of time. We can't wait to photograph something we've been waiting to photograph. We have to experience it before it's gone and while we are able to. We have to say the things we want to say now.
That is a beautiful shot, but there is no place to stop. Too bad.
My time in Norway is running out too. I'm proud of what I've done here, but there is always that voice inside my head. Keep pushing to the end. Because I know I'll miss this place and these drives so much in just a few weeks when this trip becomes a thing that happened in the past.
Beautiful.
A memory I'll have to fight to keep alive, even if these videos and images are my poor attempt at clinging onto these feelings I now have.
Another waterfall. There are so many of them and they are all roaring today.
I hope to come back at some point. I always hope to go back to all the places I visit, but more likely than not, most of my trips are a once-in-a-lifetime visits. I don't know if I'll ever be here again. Even if I want to, something might happen that makes it impossible. This might be my first and last time in Norway, as it was in many other locations and countries. Again, this is what makes them special and so precious.
Grapes are very good. I'm gonna miss these days. I'm gonna miss these drives along the Norwegian lakes and fjords. This is just so beautiful. I mean, look at that waterfall again.
I never believed in living today as if it was our last day. That is just not realistic. But we need to feel a sense of urgency. We need to realize that whatever we are up to today won't last forever. Maybe that's why I live the way I live. You see, we humans are very flexible and get used to whatever life throws at us. This is what happened to me here in Norway. This is what happens to me anywhere. I took this place for granted. I knew I have those landscapes out there tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. But now that the deadline is approaching, now that my time is expiring, I feel that urgency. Urgency to breathe this earth one more time, to see those mountains, those fjords again.
I really love how the clouds play with the landscapes and how they reveal and hide. It is a game, it's a beautiful game, it's a game that I love playing. You just have to wait for the right moment when like right now, when everything aligns perfectly. Even if only for 2 seconds, and you get to capture that and to immortalize that moment that might never happen again. Or it might happen again, but you might not be here to see it.
I couldn't see or feel most of this if I had more time. For the last 5 years, I've had no permanent home, always on the move, carrying my things with me, whatever home was for that month, that week, that day. This lifestyle of mine makes change even more inevitable, as very few things can last very long. But it's also exposed that change that happens all the time. It's made it visible. In a few weeks, I'll be back in Spain, missing Norway. Shortly after, though, I'll be on my way to the US, and I will be missing Spain. The time will come for me to leave the US behind again, and I will miss it a lot.
This is an incredible shot because you might know I like to have to crunch blacks in between whites, whites in between blacks to create layers. In this case we have white, black, and white again. We have the fog on the top, the water on the bottom, and then we have a thin layer of fog in the middle again, splitting the waterfall in two. It's absolutely gorgeous.
For all of those times, there is always an end, a deadline. I know it's coming, so I better take it all in while I can.
I was just taking pictures at this beautiful town here at the end of the lake, and in between stunning, majestic mountains. It's a beautiful place, and this weather, the rain and the clouds, the fog, just makes everything look so much more dramatic and dreamy and just awesome.
As they say, every beginning is another beginning's end.
Look at this. There.
When we witness change, we feel a sense of urgency. And I'm feeling it now in a big way. So all I can hope is to have the energy and the willpower to use the rest of my time here wisely.